Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on BCTV with the pigskin preview in the books. It's time for football.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, it's finally here. We waited a whole year. We waited 3 weeks in camp, and we got a great opening game and a great schedule for the rest of the year here on Bay County TV.
We're going to back up a couple of years to one of the tougher decisions that the school has had to make in a long, long time, but I think it turned out good.
Well, you know, here at Bay City All Saints, they did have to make a tough decision. They had to go from 11-man to 8-man football, but I think they made the right decision. The kids are playing on Friday nights. They're getting the good crowds. The alumni are coming back. And if you haven't had a taste of that 8-man football, you and I have watched a lot of it over the last year. It is a fun game to watch. It's fast, it's wild, it's woolly, and a lot of points are scored in the 8-man football.
Now, the field remains 100 yards
Yep.
long. It can be as little as 80, but obviously if the goalposts still come into play, that's a factor. We got 40 yards wide, so the defenders have a little bit less room to roam, but I'll tell you what, there's a lot of open space available.
Yeah, there's a lot of open space, Jeff, and you know there's a lot of points scored because there's 6 less men on the field during the game, so they're running the football, but it's a little more wide open with the passing game, but it's fun and it's football. It doesn't matter if it's 11 or if there's 8 men. It's still good, hard-hitting, clean football.
Now, Nick Barton ends up going out to Bay City Western to be on Chris Willard's staff. That left an opening. Welcome back, Cotter, as Coach Gust comes back for his second stint, and he's tried and true Cougar.
Yeah, he's a great coach. Jeff did a nice job when he was here the first time. Was talking to him before the game and reminiscing a little bit. And him and I were coaching the freshmen together back in 1985. So you know who the head coach was back at that time, too, probably.
Is that the start of the Mr. Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think so. So, you know, it was good to talk to Eric. He's very excited. He likes his football team, and I think they're going to have a really good year this year at All Saints.
Now, they're a little young, so they're going to have some growing pains. It may take them a couple of games to get in, but, you know, they're playing a Kingston team tonight that is dominated by the juniors and seniors because they have a sub-varsity team, so it'll be a challenge.
Yeah, that's a good-looking football team, Jeff, out there. They got some size. Talking to Coach Gus before the game, quality quarterback for the Kingston Cardinals. So they got their hands full here on opening night, but it's always nice to open up on your own field, too.
You're going to have your 2 outside linebackers on defense are going to be key to try and contain that run-pass option that the quarterback presents.
Well, they've always had good linebackers here, Jeff. Remember the kid from last year? It's in the blood here at All Saints. Good linebackers. Zipka was a quality individual, played a great game. They're going to do well tonight. All Saints is ready to play, and you know what? You get a little antsy about right now. You want to hit another person with a different color jersey on. So let's see what the Cougars can do tonight. It's a pretty tough opener.
Well, last year, again, you know, people like Dukalon being a freshman at the Sam linebacker, you know, that is just huge when you have freshmen taking those spots on. So he'll take a leadership role now as a sophomore, and that's interesting.
Well, when you have the small schools like this, like Kingston and All Saints and Peck and Owendale Gagetown, you're going to get a lot of young players getting a lot of quality minutes, and they're going to grow up right in front of your eyes. They're going to mature as freshmen through the season. They get better as sophomores, and by the time they're a senior, they're a veteran, and that's what you're going to have to do when you have the small numbers of kids in 8-man football.
Now, what better way to walk into a facility and the first thing you see is the athletic director, Greg Wagner? That is just a sight.
And I saw him last night on the golf course, so I saw him twice.
Oh, you're a twofer.
So I don't know if it was his lucky day or mine, but I think it was his.
You know,
good man.
Just another guy with great passion for All Saints.
He does a great job over here, Jeff, and has great passion for all the things the Cougars do, whether it's on the field, in the classroom. He's a really good guy and a good fit for All Saints.
Well, the talking's done. It's time for football. Week number 1. It is Kingston and the Bay City All Saints Cougars. It'll be right back after this on your Covenant Healthcare-sponsored pregame show here on BCTV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
Well, good evening and welcome back. We are ready for some football. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras. Nick Page producing and directing.
No changes?
The family
They're
is back and intact. The Cougars will kick off to start the game, and there's a high, deep kick that'll go down, touched by number 22, Lane Torrey. Lane's trying to come up the field. He gets up over the 20-yard line, and he's tiptoeing down the sidelines before he's knocked out about the 26-yard line by the All Saints Cougars. That tackle looks like it was made by Brent Baronic.
Yeah, Jeff, that's a tough way to start for the Cardinals. That kind of throws off your timing a little bit when you fumble the ball like that, but they come away with good field position just on the other side of the 25-yard line. Man, it is so good to have high school football back here in Bay County.
Well, and I tell you what, this is a real special place over here at Cougar Land as well. So, had a chance to chat with Jeff Beisel for a little bit, and he is still very involved with all things All Saints Cougars, especially football.
Yeah, Mr. Cougar himself.
Out of the shotgun, now with motion to the near side. Jet sweep coming to the near side, trying to turn around the corner. Pretty good contain by the All Saints Cougar defense. Grant Gehringer pushes that ball back in. And the gain on the play is going to go for about 5 yards by the running back, number 22, Lane Torrey. He was the returner of the kick, and they're going to give him almost 7 yards on that play.
That was a nice job right there. Good blocking at the point of attack. Nice hole. Kicked it back inside. Cougars, Sanborn, Danks, and a bunch of them all in on the play. Second down and a short 3 for the Cardinals, Jeff.
Again, out of the shotgun. Trying to come to the near side of the field, breaking away from a tackle, and a very nice job by Grant Gehringer on the quarterback. Hunter James tried to turn around the corner, and boy, I'll tell you, he ended up gaining a couple of yards on the play, but he's going to be a little bit short of that first down. It's going to be third down and a shorty.
Well, Grant's looks like he's gotten a little bigger since the last time we saw him. Jeff did a nice job there from that defensive end position. Second down and short for the Cardinals. I think they're going to call it third down.
Yep, they didn't move the down box.
I was looking across the field. It's third down and a short one for the Cardinals. 11:09 to go here in the first quarter.
As they'll line up again, quarterback Hunter James. He's going to run off of the left side. Cougars lost contain. He turns it upfield. He's down over the 50, down to the 35-yard line before he's finally run out of bounds by the All Saints Cougars. Looks like C.J. Sanborn finally back there made a touchdown-saving tackle.
Yeah, C.J. had great angle right there, Jeff, to go bring that quarterback down, but a big play for the Cardinals. And that gets them into All Saints territory at the Cougar 36-yard line.
Offensive left tackle did a great job of getting outside the defensive end, pinching him in. Wide receiver on that side did a nice block on the corner, too, and the quarterback found a big hole, and he had a huge gain. They're going to try their first pass of the game. That is complete. On the play to number 85 as he cruises down. That's Levi Kreiderman. And he picks up about 13, 14 yards on the play. Very impressive first drive for Kingston.
Yeah, nice simple pass to start the game on your first pass, Jeff. Just a little quickie in right there, but a big first down for the Cardinals. Danks in on the tackle, 10:54 and counting to go. No score. Beautiful night. Fields in great position, great shape and looking good, Jeff. I'll tell you what. Nice night for football. Not too hot, just a nice little breeze coming out of the west.
Well, it's a little hot for the players, not for the spectators. Right. It's el perfecto for the spectators.
For the broadcast team.
Yes. Back to pass again. Here comes Cougar pressured. Ball just getting away at the last second. It hovers up in the air through two sets of hands. Look what I found for a touchdown. Nate Dawson says Christmas just came early, and it is a Kingston Cardinal touchdown.
Well, it's the old tip drill right there, Jeff, and that's why you hang around there. And a big touchdown for the Cardinals. They're up 6-0 with 10:27 to go in the first quarter.
Boy, I tell you, as long as that ball hung up in the air, it drew a crowd. And two sets of hands touched it before it ended up into the hands of Nathan Dawson. Now they'll go for 2 points. Hunter James, he's going to roll to the near side of the field. Nice little touch pass to his wide receiver, Aaron Kohler. The 2-point conversion is good. Time out on the field with 10 and 27 left in our first quarter. 8-0. Kingston over All Saints. Back in a moment here on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Dodd and Mike Wisdala along with you. There's Coach Gus down on the sidelines, refamiliarizing himself with the field in the shortened condition from the first time that he was here.
Yeah, Jeff, a little shorter with the 8-man, but nice first drive for the Kingston Cardinals. Let's see what the Cougars can do when they get their hands on the football.
Gunnar Thompson kicks off. Sanborn will take the ball at his own 15-yard line. Does a nice job of cutting back up over the 35, down at the 39-yard line. That's a nice return. Very nice starting position for the All Saints Cougar offense for their first look here in 2018.
Good return by Sanborn, Jeff. Good field position for the quarters. Just underway, 10-21 to go in the first quarter. The Kingston Cardinals up 8-0 over to the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
Going to be very interesting to see how the Oliver Dixon-led offense goes here for the All Saints Cougars. They're starting in a traditionally run-happy offensive set. We know that they will also spread out, as right on cue they do. As Dixon now has twins to the near side, single to the far side. A little jet sweep with Dukelon. Look at the young man turn the corner with some speed as he cruises over midfield.
Wow.
Down to the 43-yard line. I'm going to tell you what.
Don't let him get outside, bro. He's got an extra gear.
Well, last year we saw signs of that as the freshman, and he is certainly picking up right where he left off last year.
Dad right down here in front of us, high-fiving everybody. Tyler's first carry of the season with a big gain inside Cardinal territory.
Well, and I tell you what, C.J. Sanborn is going to be a huge factor in the game tonight, too, as a target. Dugalon trying to turn around a corner, does a nice job of evading the first tackle, picks up a couple of yards down to the 43-yard line. Great pursuit to the football, though, by Kingston defense.
Yeah, nice job by 85 for the Cardinals. Levi Kreiderman coming over from that defensive end position. A little bit of a game call, about one, Jeff. 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars. Boy, quick first quarter, under 10 minutes already to go. 8-0, Cardinals with the lead.
Another traditional set. Ball carrier right up the middle.
Nick Contes.
Yep. And Nicky is a junior. And I love that play, Mike, because you have got to keep the two tackles on the defense honest.
Yeah, you got to run the football, Jeff, successfully if you're going to have that passing game. And with Dukelon back there and Sanborn at the end, I'll tell you what, that's a nice 1-2 combination for the Cougars.
Dukelon with a nice Gary on the play, and he bangs forward for about another 3 yards. So they're going to be 4th down and about 3 yards to go for a first down as the defense was led on Kingston by Connor Henry.
Kreiderman again on the tackle, Jeff, for the Cardinals. Big play right here early in the game, 8:53 to go. 4th down and about 3.5 for the Cougars.
And tried to go to a quick count, see if they could draw the defense off and get a free 5 and a move into the sticks. They'll have to earn it the old-fashioned way, though. Dukelon to the right of the quarterback, Dixon. Dixon back to pass. He's got Sanborn wide open deep. He just overthrows him, and he had 2 steps on the defender and couldn't quite lay out and get it. That ball will go over on downs, but I'll tell you, that'll be there all night.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Sanborn getting open, Jeff. And Dixon really put that out there in a good spot, put it out there, let Sanborn go get it, run under it just a touch too long. But I like the play call by the Cougars.
And, it was there. I mean, it was
there.
just a timing play of about 6 inches from a touchdown to an incomplete pass.
Well, there's a little mismatch out there. We got a small DB on Sanborn. Sanborn's a lanky young man, so he can get around there, and he's a good-looking receiver.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. And this time the ball carrier on the play is number 13.
Oh, fumble.
Aaron Kohler.
Fumble.
That ball is down on the turf. I am not certain. I don't see the Cougars too excited right now. I think Kingston may have pounced back on top of that ball.
Boy, Grant Garinger did a nice job stripping that ball, Jeff. And they were fighting for it. It got on the deck, but the Cougars didn't come away with it. But Grant did a nice job, ran a long ways, made a nice tackle, and really did a nice job stripping that ball. He saw the ball carrier with it out there, and he stripped it away. Cougars just couldn't pick it up.
He was almost a motion defensive lineman because he came to this near side of the field and realized, I need to go to the other side. So he just really flowed defensively right into the middle of the play. When you cruise from that linebacker spot, nobody on the offensive line picked him up. They're using him in all sorts of formations, and there is the quarterback once again. He's able to turn the corner and pick up a chunk of yardage. Hunter James, he's down inside the 35, down to about the 31-yard line. As, he gets around that corner in a hurry. They seal the corner, and he's quick.
He's tough when he gets out there, Jeff. Shizuki in on the tackle for the Cougars, not before the Cardinals pick up a big first down. They're on the All Saints 31-yard line. That quarterback, talking to Coach Gus before the game, he was a little concerned about him. Seniors, probably played a few years of 8-man football, and he looks like a veteran.
I think All Saints might be looking for a timeout here so that they can get their defense shored up. We'll take a break as well and be back in a moment here on Bay County TV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
We're coming back here on Bay County TV.
Oh,
something you're familiar with there, Coach.
One of my favorite all-time vehicles right there.
Tell me what we got over there.
That is a Hoekstra, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff, the Kingston Community Schools going over.
Spared no expense.
Thomas built school bus.
Beautiful thing all day to throw the football. Going downfield right behind two defenders. Pinpoint pass to Lane Torrey. It's another Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Boy, I'll tell you what, when the quarterback Hunter James has that kind of time to sit back there, he actually had two targets that both got behind the Cougar defense, and he threw that thing dot to dot.
Well, and he put it in a pretty tight window right there too, Jeff, and rolling out, rolling to his right, rolling to his strong side, did a nice job. 14-0, Cardinals up over the Cougars with 7:19 to go in the first quarter.
But we were told this Kingston team had offense.
Yep.
We certainly know that they did. For the two-point conversion right now, Hunter James back out of the shotgun. Hunter's trying to cut up the middle. Look at that stop and go peekaboo move. Dipsy-do from the outside to the inside. Untouched into the end zone. 7:19 left in the first quarter. 16-0. Kingston over the All Saints Cougars. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Welcome back here on Bay County TV. Always comforting to see them there. We hope that we don't have to have them visit, but it's always great to have McLaren Bay Regional with their EMS group here.
Yes.
as there's a kickoff that's going to be taken by Duquelan. Duquelan picks it back up at about his 15-yard line. Nice move to the outside. He turns the corner. He's over the 40. He breaks another tackle. He's down inside the 40, the 35. He could outrun the defense. 25, 20, 15, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's an All Saints Cougar touchdown.
Wow.
You look for a quick answer, and you got one as Duquelan and Sabrin back there. They were trying to figure out who wanted this thing. That hot potato finally ended up in Duquelan's hands, and he scampered down the sidelines, breaking a couple of tackles, making another couple miss, and then he put on the Benny and the Jets for 6.
That boy ran away from those Cardinals, Jeff. He kicked it into that third gear and just ran away with it. That is a huge, huge touchdown for the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
The only, if there is a negative on it, you got an answer there, but you're going to bring that Kingston offense back out on the field for the third time, Mike, in less than 5 minutes of this football game.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But the Cougars finally got something going. Duquelan will get a little rest over here, not just probably until the kickoff, because he does it all, but that is a nice answer. That sophomore makes it happen. He's looking, he goes, I'm pooped. I said, well, yeah, you just took it about 85 yards in, around, and through everything.
You know who's going to be a big tonight is a hydration specialist, Jeff.
Oh, yes. 2-point conversion is no good as Oliver Dixon is stopped in the backfield. Timeout on the field with 7:04 left in the first quarter. It's 16-6. Kingston over All Saints back in a moment on BCTV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wisdala, along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras, Nick Page producing and directing. And
man, they're all in mid-season form already, Jeff.
It's good stuff.
We're 5 minutes into the season. They're looking good.
You know what? That doesn't shock me a bit. This ball is going to be taken by Nate Dawson. Dawson tries to come to the near side of the field. He's got a little bit of a wall. He tries to split the defenders. He's going to run out of real estate, though, as a nice job by Oliver Dixon. Come back with the angle. Just drops that shoulder into him and edges him out of bounds. But, boy, the return just shy of the 45-yard line, and that is incredible field position for the Hunter James-led offense of the Kingston Cardinals.
Got to control Hunter James just a little bit, Jeff. He's kind of doing it with his feet. He's doing it with his arms. So we got to control him a little bit and keep him inside the pocket. Don't let him get out. And a little bit better coverage down the field on the passes, but a huge touchdown for the Cougars by Duquelan, going about 70 yards.
Yeah, almost 85.
Was
we got
it?
that ball down near the 15-yard line, and we're playing with the 100-yard field. So the ball carrier on the play is a big, thick individual, Caleb Goss.
Woo.
He's only a junior.
Goodness.
But I'll tell you what,
Caleb.
arm tackles won't bring Uncle Caleb down.
I'll tell you what, that's like trying to tackle a fire hydrant right there.
That is
Man.
short, thick, and strong.
The only way you're going to bring him down is to hit him below the knees. He is a load.
You got to chop him down like a sequoia right down around the ankles.
Good game. 9 on the play, Jeff. 2nd down and 1 for the Cardinals, right at the 46-yard line of the Cougars.
Boy, and I'll tell you, early on, all the buttons that Kingston is pushing offensively are bearing fruit, and the Cougars have got to make some adjustments defensively.
There you
Great
go.
penetration, and we're going to have 3 flags confirming what we saw, which is a shame because there is a 3-yard loss on the play. They finally got the penetration defensively, so I look at that as a nice adjustment. Yep, unfortunate that they got a face mask, but the defense made a play where there were multiple people on James, forcing him to make a quick decision.
Well, and like you said, great penetration by the defensive line, breaking that play way down at the point of contact, Jeff, but went after the face mask. Unintentional. They just happened to grab it 15 yards down. That's going to take them all the way down to the Cougar 35-yard line.
And I think you're going to see much more of the 15-yard variety this year. They're really trying to minimize the 5-yard, as, it's still always subject to interpretation, but he just got a little piece of the face mask. Well, if you ever had your head and shoulders and neck yanked by just a little bit from that.
Back in the day, yes, but if it did now, it'd take my head right off.
Yeah,
of
we'd
it.
be walking over Crooked over to the Bay Regional Center. James back to pass again. Here comes good pressure, exactly what they needed to do. And the pressure coming as the pass is complete with a tremendous hit defensively on Jack Green with the short completion of a couple of yards.
Yeah, man, really good coverage right there by C.J. Sanborn, Jeff, coming from that defensive back position. He laid the wood to the Cardinal player, gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and about 7. We'll call it 8. Coach Bauer down here next to us, the PA announcer, he is all eagle eye.
Wow.
Eagle eye.
His A game is an A+ even before he sat down in the seat. That's not even a surprise. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. James back with an offset back. Now motion to the near side. Oh, he tried to curl upfield just a touch too fast. Didn't get a call. And there's a nice open field tackle on the ball carrier, Lane Torrey, as he is stopped short of the 1st down.
Head across the body. When you do that, Jeff, you stop him very quickly. A textbook tackle.
That's technique.
Right. That was great technique by Sanborn.
And again, he seems early on to be the perfect fit for that free safety back there because he's flowed on the last 2 plays to the ball and finished with style.
Well, and he's long, he's lanky, and he's a good receiver, so he's going to be able to pick off a lot of passes, too, for the Cougars this year. 4:25 to go, Jeff, here in the first quarter. Just flying by. First game of the 2018 high school football season.
It's music to our ears. James with the handoff on the play to Torrey. And Torrey picks up the 1st down and more as he scampers down the left sideline into the end zone. It's a Kingston Cardinal touchdown.
Torrey, great vision, Jeff. You could see it from up here. He wanted to go to the right, but saw it open to the left side of the field. Just ran over to the sideline, to the corner of the end zone, and another touchdown for the Kingston Cardinals.
The thing I love about watching that is you don't teach that. That is just an it factor. You either have it or you don't. When you can make that cut to daylight before the daylight is even there, that is just fun to watch. And we had a great angle on it up here.
That's good blocking at the point of attack, Jeff. And he saw the hole. It wasn't there to the right, saw it to the left. Good job by that young man.
James has got pressure coming again. Look at the Cougars putting it on him. Now James is cutting back across the way, in and out of the hands of Kreiderman. The 2-point conversion is no good, and with 4:05 left in the first quarter, 22-6. Kingston over All Saints. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back here on Bay County TV as we are ready to have the Kingston Cardinal kickoff. That is Gunnar Thompson that'll be set to kick off for the Cardinals.
That's a great name. Gunnar Thompson.
Yep.
That's a broadcaster's dream name right there.
That is somebody that grew up in the football family. He knew when he was born, they said, you're going to be a big one. We're going to call you Gunnar. Dukelan's going to go back and pick this one up at his own 10-yard line. He's looking for space, and, boy, he sees a lot of white jerseys. They really did a nice job of enveloping him and gave him no place to go. Cardinals
stayed in their lanes that time, Jeff. They didn't come right to the football. They have a lane. You have to stay in that lane and don't leave that lane and don't come down until he's tackled. So nice job by the Cardinals special team.
And your blocking really breaks down when that's not a clean catch.
Yep.
And so
throws the timing off of that type of play on the return.
Let's see what the Cougars are able to do now as their quarterback, Oliver Dixon, will bring that offensive set back out. Sanborn here on the left end, at least pre-snap. As they go empty in the backfield, twins to the left and twins to the right. Love to see this. And, boy, watch out because you got speed on this side. Oliver Dixon trying to cut the corner. As the gain on the play is about a couple of yards. Again, very good flow to the football defensively for that Kingston team. And I'm looking for the number. It's number 41 on the tackle, Andrew Tucker, as he led the charge defensively for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Nate Dawson did a nice job coming up there too, Jeff, on the tackle. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8 for the Cougars right at their own 30-yard line.
As they come up in the tight formation again, will they go spread? Look at Dukelon back there having a little chat with the other back in the backfield saying, this is what we're going to do. This play's going to work. I like it. Trying to get that ball out. And C.J. Sanborn, he's open. He's going to run to daylight. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's another All Saints Cougar touchdown.
Nice job by the quarterback, Jeff. Oliver Dixon taking his time. He knew he was going to get hit. Cardinals in his face. Great patience. And nice job by Sanborn coming back, catching that football and going all the way. About 60, 63 yards right there for Sanborn.
Boy, and I'm going to tell you what, I will give you the paraphrased version of what the defensive back for Kingston said. Oh, no. Once that ball got over his head, Sanborn got those long, lanky legs rolling towards the goal line. And it was all done but the crying. So the Cougars with a couple of big plays remain in this game down 22-12.
That's the 8-man game right there, though, Jeff. It's a big play type of game, and that's what happens. And you can never relax when you're playing 8-man football.
Here's Dixon.
Flag.
We're going to have a flag down. He's going to throw that thing wide open as Sanborn. The ball just overthrown. Let's see if we had enough people on the line of scrimmage. I don't think that was an issue. We had an illegal. Okay, that would be an illegal formation because they didn't blow the play dead. So we have played 8 minutes and 59 seconds of our first quarter, and we have had 5 scores already in the first quarter. We're going to need our abacus before this night's done.
We're going to be taking off our shoes and counting on our fingers to try to add this one up before the end of the night's over with, Jeff.
But, again, as you mentioned after the touchdown, 8-man football is very conducive to the big play, and we have seen numerous big plays by both teams already in the first quarter.
Huge plays by both teams. Right now, Jeff, All Saints needs a big stop right here. Get the ball back, maybe put it in the end zone. Try to keep the Cardinals out of the end zone here with about 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
I'm smelling a Cougar turnover.
I'd like to see him pounce on something right there. What do you think? Maybe a little something up Coach Gus' sleeve? You maybe throw something out there early in the season?
Well,
huh?
Get a strip or get a pick. You know, I just see that early on Kingston has had enough success running the football that's opened up their passing lanes.
Well, when you got a guy like Caleb Goss, Jeff, the big fella, and then you got Hunter James, the quarterback, nice combination right there. They're tough to stop right now, but I like the way the Cougars are playing. That they got 2 quick scores, and offensively, they got the power. They just got to get a little stop on defense, and they're going to be okay.
And again, it's early, so they're just making it happen. So what are they doing here at the 50? No, that wouldn't be it. I don't know what they're up to. They had the ball at the wrong spot. The Cougars come back off the field. And I think they're going to say, come on back on the field, guys. We still got 3:01 left in the first quarter. It feels like it should be halftime, but it's still the first quarter.
Coach Gus is going to have a chat. I don't know what they're
And I'm looking around. I see all the officials on the field. I see all the players on the field for Kingston. So I have no idea. Let's play football.
Well, referee was... he had a little timeout.
Aha. Well, they gave him time to...
I don't know where he came from or what he was doing.
Tend to whatever needed to be tended to. And
he's back. and we're going to play football.
His name must be Cotter because welcome back, Mr. Cotter.
Oh, brother.
No.
You're in midseason form too, man.
I'm going to tell you what, been waiting a long time for this first game of the year, and we're hoping to get some Bay City Central updates throughout the evening as well as Coach Frederick begins his career at Bay City Central, and Dad's going to give us some updates, we hope. Lane Torrey trying to come up the field right now. Cuts back against a great wall of blockers. Finally brought down at the 38-yard line by number 10, Matthew Judd. Another sophomore has a good starting field position once again for the Kingston Cardinals.
Yeah, they've had good field position all night long, Jeff. They're at the Cardinal 38-yard line. 2:52 to go here in the first quarter on an absolutely gorgeous night. Glad you're with us on Bay County TV. First of many Friday nights. Going to have 9 games on Friday nights in a row, Jeff, and maybe throw some surprises in there for our fans and our viewers.
We are looking forward to the season and the possibilities of a postseason run for somebody.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And quick pass on the outside. What a nice cutback across the grain. And he still made a couple of people miss. He's down the field. Oliver Dixon trying to get him. Perseverance says he'll pull him down at the 16-yard line. Dixon did not give up on that play and prevented a touchdown.
Great block by the Cardinal, number 53, Jeff, on that swing pass, screen pass right there. He came out from his offensive line position, did a nice job. Running back cuts back. It's a big game for the Cardinals.
Lane Torrey avoided the first tackle with a great cutback and then got the downfield block and turned it into a big play.
Yeah, 53, Gunnar Thompson, the kicker and offensive lineman for the Cardinals with a big block and a big run. First down and 10 for the Cardinals at the Cougars' 16-yard line.
Boy, I'll tell you what, offensive numbers for Kingston in the first quarter are wow factor.
There you go.
There's a couple of people trying to tackle, and I'm going to tell you, if you don't wrap, you're not going to bring that big fella down. Daniel McDowell, the 5'11", 180-pound sophomore, finally got enough body on him to make him lose his balance, but you got to go low on a big guy like that.
Caleb's just too big to hit up around the shoulder pads, Jeff. He runs too hard. He's too low to the ground. He's a kind of a squatty young man, but he does a nice job. Good gain on the play, 2nd down and 6 for the Cardinals.
You know, the tough part about that play for the All Saints Cougars, they had 2 people in position to make that tackle. The big fella just bounced off it. And now is a great play that time by Gehringer, number 70 defensively, on the quarterback, Hunter James, for another modest gain.
That young man's had a nice game tonight.
Yep, he's
played
been,
very well.
Been all over the field defensively. So it'll be 3rd down and a solid 5 yards to go, obviously in 4-down territory. Still in our first quarter with $1:20 and counting left. As they come up to the line of scrimmage, Hunter James, the quarterback. They got to move. They've been in the huddle a while. Yep, back judge goes up with the 10.
I saw him. I've learned.
He's counting that 5. They'll get this play off, though, in plenty of time.
Oops. No offsides right there by the Cougars, Jeff. That'll give them a 1st down, or close to it.
It will be, and nope, they're going to be just short of. You know why I know that?
Huh.
I just watched the head linesman give the signal to the referee that it was more than 5 yards to go for the 1st down.
You know, it's always nice to have a play-by-play guy that's a referee.
When you take your hand and you cross it to the back side, opened up, that tells you. And if you look down on the chains, there is an orange or yellow tie that gives you that 5-yard mark. There's James on the outside, going to turn the corner, squares up the shoulders, and he gets into the end zone. Another Kingston Cardinal touchdown.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
That's Shashesi.
Hunter James on the keeper.
Boy, Hunter just absolutely dropped that shoulder down and went through a Cougar defender to the goal line.
That man ran very, very hard.
As Hunter James comes back from the sideline with the play call. And it's funny because, you're looking out on the field and you go, man, those coaches are a long way out. Oh, yeah, it's only a 40-yard wide field. So does make a difference. And the Kingston, look, they're going twins to both sides right now and spread things out. Look for the quarterback to maybe keep it. Oh, they go trips and they go that little swing pass. We got a holding penalty. And short of the – now we're going to have a late flag coming in. Boy, officials are going to need the tide stick if they keep this up. So we know that we got an offensive holding. And then what we're going to have for the next one, offensive holding is declined. And whatever else they were going to call is declined. All we know is the 2-point conversion is no good. Time out of the field with 49 ticks left in the first. It's 28-12. The Kingston Cardinals over the All Saints Cougars. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready, with the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
All right, as the big super toe, I'll tell you what, after kicking that thing off like 5 times this game already, Gunner's got to have a sore big toe. Is this one going to roll out of bounds? No, it does not roll out of bounds. They did not even look.
I thought he stepped out of bounds.
I do believe so that the line judge on this side was looking out onto the field, looking to clean up the play. And I believe that could have been an out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, it was close. Looked like it from up here, but a not bad field position, Jeff. Not good on the 16-yard line for the Cougars. This is the worst they've had all night long for Bay City All Saints. We got 42 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Lights are coming on.
Well, let's hope that the Cougar offense, the lights continue to turn on for them as well, as they're going to need to make something happen here. If they have a running play, we could very well be looking at our last play of the first quarter. Here's Dukelan to the outside, trying to turn around the corner. Picks up a couple of blocks. Another yellow hanky. When the referee throws that yellow hanky cleaning up the play, normally you have holding.
I'll tell you what, these referees lately, Mama's going to be mad at them for getting those hankies dirty and washing them tonight.
You know what? Mama said before they came out tonight, I brought a new Tide stick for the year, gentlemen. I know you might be throwing the hanky.
Keep it in your pockets, boys.
That's sound advice from Mama to the ref as he's going out the door.
Tell ya.
That'll be half the distance to the goal from the 15. They'll march that back to the 7.5-yard line. And it will be another repeat of the first down, double sticks. It'll be first down and about 16 yards to go for the first down. Nope, they're going to say about 18. Yes.
Holding against Cougars. Take it back half the distance to the goal. Repeat first down.
Dukelan is the lone back. Twins to the near side of the field. Sanborn here on the wideout. They send Dukelan out in trips, and they're going to send out, what a nice catch by Dukelan, but great anticipation by the defense, number 13, Aaron Kohler. Sniffed that out, and with 10 seconds left, that will put us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Kingston Cardinals 28 and the All Saints Cougars 12. We'll be back in a moment for the second quarter right here on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Welcome back to the second quarter. Two of the most important figures on the field, Brother Gwiz.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the hydration specialist extraordinaire.
Oh, yes.
They're busy tonight, Jeff. Those two young men, you can see, they're working up a lather themselves.
The 3 words they keep hearing are fill it up. Fill it up. Boy, we're going through
Fill
some
it up
water.
some more.
Second down and 21 yards to go for the All Saints Cougars. Boy, right in the shadow of the goal line. They got Semvered on a deep post, and it's just overthrown. That ball needed to come a little bit more to this side of the field. He had a step to the inside on the defender, and the defender was Connor Henry. So that was a nice call. Just the ball needed to come just a little bit more leading the receiver.
Sanborn does a nice job, Jeff, of getting open at the line of scrimmage. He gets a nice little swim move going over there, cuts across the face of the defender, gets to the middle of the field, and really Dixon does a nice job of throwing the football. That was a well-thrown football again.
They got third down in a bunch right now, and boy, they're still going to have man coverage on Sabre. It's really tough to double because you really have man coverage everywhere. They're going to run a little screen, and I want to tell you what, that defense snuffed that out. Aaron Kohler was all over Dukalon as he caught the ball or tried to.
Well, that's, the arm was just touching the back, Jeff, and the left arm came across and knocked that ball out. Good defensive play by the Cardinals. 4th down and a long ways to go for the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
An obvious punt situation, but if you're going to fake it, you got to go 96 yards.
Or 21.
Oh, yes. I like 96 better. As there'll be token pressure here, a pretty nice kick, and nobody even back. As that ball will roll down all the way out to the 44-yard line. So 40-yard kick, no return. That is a nice net average.
That'll get you get your name in the newspaper, #1 punter in the county.
So
it's kind of died right there in that nice plush field here.
Looked like one of your 9 irons.
I'll tell you what, just that one didn't draw back like it normally does.
Well, you're just hitting stuck, though, and that's the thing of beauty.
Lately, the greens have been a little wet, so they're kind of sticking now instead of bouncing too high.
Well, for a bullseye kind of guy like yourself, that is perfect.
You are way too kind, my friend.
Well, I'm just comparing your game to mine.
Well,
you're an expert.
I'm Tiger Woods.
I'm Tiger Lily, so there we go. That's our golfing promise for the week. That's the weekend review from golf. 1st and 10 for the Kingston Cardinals as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And that quarterback that's done it all, Hunter James, he has got a ton of total yardage here in this first half. He's back to pass again, goes back across the grain. A defender well behind the Cougar defense, 85, Levi Kreiderman, 44 yards. It's a Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Wow. Instant quick strike.
Lots of time for Hunter James back there, Jeff, to throw the football. Nice job by the receiver getting open. James had a lot of time to throw the rock, and he got it right to him. Big touchdown for the Kingston Cardinals.
The Cougar defense is really caught between a rock and a hard place right now. Do you put pressure on them, and if you don't get them, you're going to give up a big play? If you give them too much time back there, you're going to potentially give up a big play? There's not a perfect answer. The 2-point conversion masterfully done to Kohler, and it is now 36-12 with 11:26 left in our first half. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, oh my, the pain, I can't take it
anymore. As we look at some of the Cougar faithful here on opening night 2018, it's a wonderful Thursday night. A lot of these schools opting for a Thursday night game prior to school beginning.
Yeah, we're going to be starting a week early this year, Jeff. We're going to be starting before Labor Day. We will have to go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. By the waiver that you have to sign, you go 3 days a week, so you have the long weekends. You can go 2 weeks early or 1 week early, but you got to have the long weekends.
Wow. There's Super Toe with another boot, and that comes down to Sanborn. as he rolls up the field. Look at the white jerseys that are around that football. And another nice job of limiting the return by number 33, Connor Henry.
Nice tackle by Connor. Good run by Sanborn, Jeff. I like the way that young man runs. Runs with a lot of authority.
The Cougars have got to come up with an answer offensively right now as they're down 36-12, and there's still 11-19 left in our first half. This is turning into a marathon first half. Here we go with the quarterback, number 2, Oliver Dixon. He's got split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver split to both sides. Motion to the outside as they fake it to Dukeline, and they give that ball to number 57. Contest, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds. Still Cougar football.
Yep. Nice job by the defensive player for the Kingston Cardinals. I think that was number 2, Nate Dawson, Jeff, coming from behind, swatting hard down on that football for the fumble. Big break for Bay City All Saints. Football went out of bounds, was recovered by the Cardinals, but it was out of bounds when he did recover it.
Thank goodness for the 40-yard wide field.
If that would have been an 11-man play, it would have been Cardinal football.
Yep, and that was exactly the type of play that number 2 was trying to do, Nate Dawson. That was an intended swipe to try and knock that ball loose. Cougars got to make sure that they maintain that ball. They get that ball out to Dukeline trying to turn the corner. Look at the defensive pressure to the football. A lot of white jerseys with dark hats going to that ball.
Dukeline's a marked man, my friend. The word's out on that young man. He had a great freshman year. He had a big opening first quarter. Word's going to be out on him. They're going to be eyeing him up. He is a marked man for the rest of his playing days here at Bay City All Saints with his speed and the way he can get around the corner. They're going to be watching out for number 27.
He'll still have some fun. You know that, though. Even if he's a marked man, he is talented enough that he'll make something happen. As they get this play in, and I didn't hear when everything started, but the back judge just now goes up with the 10, so the Cougars should have time to get the play off. They got to get this play off, and they're not going to.
Yep.
You got to have a one eyeball on that back judge, and you got to look once. If that arm's up in the air, you can wait 2-3 seconds, but once you start seeing the chop, you've either got to get that snap off or call timeout, and they just got that play in a little bit late for that to transpire, getting the play off before the flag.
Yeah, quarterback's got to look all the way down the field, Jeff, look at that back judge and see the chop. And he puts his arm up with 10 seconds to go and chops it with 5 and just ran out a little bit of time. 10:08 to go here in the first half.
Split to both sides with a wing on the left. Dixon's back. He's got pressure. He eludes the pressure. He's got lots of running room now down the field. A nice job by Sanborn that time to back off from what would have been an obvious clip.
You saw the same thing I did, too. Nice job. He was going to go after. Then he put his hands up like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. Good, smart play by Sam. Yeah, that's a great play. And Dixon with the nice run really picked up a lot of yards, make it 3rd down and 4 for the Cougars at the Cardinal 41-yard line.
3rd and a shorty 4, so they're probably in 2-down territory here.
Absolutely.
Dixon says, okay, this is what we're going to run. As here comes the defense. You can tell they're pinning the ears back, and they're coming. Dukeline gets it around the corner, picks up the first down, spins away. Look at the speed. 20, 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's an All Saints Cougar touchdown.
Hey, I'm telling you, watch out for that young man, Jeff. He is a football player.
That is the second humongous play that he has had in this game.
Well, he just never stops. You know, he keeps the legs going. You got to bring him down. He's not giving up easy, and he's got some speed. Once you let him go, you're not going to catch him.
Boy, that's twice tonight, Mike. We have seen him run away from defenders.
Yes.
That says something for a sophomore.
Very, very impressive showing right now by that young man.
Oliver Dixon looking for confirmation from the sidelines. What are we going to do? Boy, it is still 9:52 left in a long first half of football. As Dixon now, he's ready to go. He's going to keep it himself, turning around the corner. He's into the end zone. Oh, they called him just out prior. Oh, I think
I thought he got in.
Looked like from my angle, but I don't have that great angle of the line judge down there. And he said he was short, so it's 36-18. The Kingston Cardinal over the All Saints Cougars. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Back here on Bay County TV, it does not get much better than the All Saints Cougars, St. Stanislaus Frenchy fries. They're second to none. And we just saw somebody with a little bit of nacho cheese sauce. That is nacho cheese. That's her cheese.
I'm telling you what, my friend, best French fries in Bay County. And then you throw a little nacho cheese on them.
We just put a little Heinz on ours.
I'm leaving. I'm going down to get some.
We attest to the fact that we ate 4 orders of them before the game, as the kickoff is a nice job, and that is going to roll all the way back into the end zone for an automatic touchback. And Kingston, I don't know, they're going to kind of be in unfamiliar territory down there back on their own 20.
Wow, that's bad field position for those young men. Want to say thanks to the St. Stan's AC and those beautiful French fries, and talking to us before the game, Jeff. You're right, we had 4 helpings of the famous St. Stan's fries. I'm telling you, if you've never had them, you've got to check them out. They are absolutely incredible.
Well, and we did a magic trick on all 4 helpings.
Oh,
there was
they're gone.
Not one fry left.
Poof. I thought Jared was going to eat the container it was in.
He was just glad, like the rest of us, we could still count to 10 when it was all said and done.
Well, and the good thing is we're coming back next week. We get to do it all over again.
We are looking forward to that, as well as we get a chance to see the Cougars a couple of times early here in the season, as the Kingston team led by Hunter James now comes motion to the near side of the field. Great job by the Cougar defense to limit that gain down to a yard on the play, as they got number 44, Daniel McDonald, there in a hurry, and he had help. Looks like maybe Geringer might have nicked himself up a little bit. Who's trying to stretch out that shoulder?
That does look like number 59, James Danks.
Okay.
Yep. He had a hold of him initially.
Look at Sean Sullivan down there. He's like, I'm ready for some action.
That's what I'm here for.
You know,
he doesn't like to work a lot, but when he's called on, he does a great job.
You know, and Sean Sullivan, I don't know, that dude must have been here for about the last 40 years. I don't know if you want to do the math and add up his age, but he's just been a great supporter in the training staff here for many moons here at All Saints. Hey, he's a pretty good guy.
He's a good dude.
Here comes James. He's got pressure now. He's going to throw back across the green. Wide open receiver underneath. And that was a catch by Aaron Kohler with a great open field tackle by the Cougars.
Levi Kreiderman, Jeff, the wide receiver at the near side of the field, just took off down the sidelines, and they dragged that opposite end across the field. And again, Hunter James with great timing and great patience just found the open receiver, had to hit him at the right time. Couldn't hit him too late, couldn't hit him too early. Nice job.
He just, with his feet, really lengthens the play and waits for an opportunity. And after that play breaks down, it's nearly impossible to stay on a wide receiver for that long. So he's a senior quarterback, and he does it all. He's back right now with more time to throw the football. And another big gain, tiptoeing down the sideline, stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Still a gain of about 14 yards and another first down.
Boy, he's got touch, too. You know, he can throw it long. He can zip it in there, too, Jeff. He just kind of floated it on that little pass right there. So, and then he's got great feet. When you watch him, his feet are always going towards the play and doing a nice job. Young man, and he's kind of tall, and he can see over those big linemen, too.
As they'll come up to the line of scrimmage on the Cougars side of the 50. James is back. Look at, he's going to try and run now, and he is not going to be. Yes, he does curl away from a couple of defenders. Look at him. He gains 11, maybe 12 yards on a play where he should have been caught in the backfield. Frustrating moment again because the perfect call defensively. People in position to make that play. Just an elusive quarterback gets away.
He's tough to bring down. He is tough to bring down, and he's always got his head up and always looking down the field too, Jeff.
I'm going to tell you the other thing I'm looking forward to at halftime, that 50-50's coming up. And, you know, we got a couple of tickets tonight.
I think we got shut out pretty much all of last year, so hopefully we'll do all right.
I feel good about that.
Yeah, I do too.
It's been a good stretch.
I feel really good since you bought them.
Wow. And we'll split it 3 ways when we win, so that's even better.
We buy them every time we're at someplace.
We certainly do it weekend to support the cause, and this is for the Palm and the Dance team, and we are going to have a penalty flag. When the back judge tosses it, there's only one thing he can be tossing that thing for back there before the snap. Dead ball. Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty makes it first down and 15 with a double sticks. Wow. 7:40 still left in our first half. This is one of the longer first halves of football, Mike, I have ever been accounted for.
The first 5 or 6 minutes went by fairly quickly, Jeff, but since then, the clock has stopped a lot. There's been a lot of scoring going on, so 36-18 Kingston over the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
Hunter James, the senior quarterback, gets the ball. Little flip out. That is a...
Ooh.
Now... The thing that's interesting on that play is the referee signaled that was no good. He didn't really take that quick peek to look at the head linesman to see if that arm was punched back. It was a forward pass, but it was close.
Yeah, I thought it was close too.
And I love the way the Cougars attacked that football just in case it was a lateral pass.
Good opportunity here for the Cougar defense, Jeff. 2nd down and 15. Need a big stop right here. Definitely probably going to be 4-down territory for the Cardinals. And this is a big one right here in the first half.
Hunter James is rolling to the near side of the field. And the Cougars have him bottled up. He throws the ball deep downfield just over the intended receiver, Nate Dawson. Nate Dawson stopped for that football. If he'd have kept running, that would have been right in his arms.
Man, I'll tell you what, that young man threw that ball 45 yards in the air, Jeff. Probably
I'd say closer to 60 because he went from near hash to outside the far hash. That was some arm strength.
That was nice.
But again, the Cougars with pressure,
big one,
making that quarterback James move his feet, never really got set, even though he threw that ball almost 60 yards in the air.
You got to be telling your kids right now, do not let a white jersey get behind you and stay in your lanes when you're on the defensive line. Do not let the quarterback, Hunter James, get outside on you.
Well, it's nice when you can play soft coverage. As James is back, and he's got a nice undercut
tackle
and a great Sanborn open field tackle at the 30. But that makes it's going to be 4th down now and a long 2. That is a very nice 13-yard chunk of real estate that Kingston was able to pick up on 3rd down.
That was a really nice tackle by Sanborn right there, Jeff.
4th and about 4. I guess they marked him back just a little bit farther. His knee must have gone down, so... the Cougar defense, it's time for them to step up and make a big play. And the clock should be running right now. And now Kingston's going to take a timeout, and we'll take one as well before we come back with what you'll hear in just a momente here on Bay County TV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wasdala along with you as you get the wide angle here from up top. James back, and he's going to be able to run this himself, but he passes the ball to number 13, Aaron Kohler. He could have ran that himself. Yeah. He had options as he just had nice touch on that ball.
You know, that was a nice design play right there, Jeff. You know, and that was a situational play right there for the Cardinals. They knew what they had to do. They had that in their playbook, and they got the first down. Clock starts running. 7:13 to go here in the first half.
You call timeout.
Yep.
You execute the play, you move the sticks, and you get 4 fresh downs.
Nothing worse than wasting the timeout, not executing something and making it work. They made it work. Good job by the Cardinals.
Up to the line of scrimmage again. This Kingston team has not slowed down once. Here's James. James has got real estate. Great downfield block into the end zone. It's a Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Number 85, Levi Kreiderman, absolutely sealed off the defensive back. And there was nothing he could do. James just ran to daylight.
Downfield blocking right there, Jeff, by Kreiderman, the wide receiver. You know, you just got to not pancake anybody. You just got to keep somebody busy. And then when you see the butt turn to the outside and see the name on the back of the jersey, you go outside, and there you go. Another touchdown for the Cardinals.
That is something that the Jeff Beisel teams did. They didn't pancake people.
Nope.
They just sealed them. You read the block, and you knew whether to zig inside or zag outside.
Yes, sir.
Attempt for the conversion here by Hunter James. They're going to take another timeout as they didn't like the way they were a little confused on the offensive set. So we'll take another quick break and come back in just a moment on Bay County TV.
Take 2, Mark?
I guess.
I go like this. The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
As the Kingston cheerleaders are ready to cheer on that 2-point conversion, James back lots of time. He does not have an open receiver, and he is going to work for a little bit more time in real estate, and the 2-point conversion is no good. What great defense by the Cougars on that 2-point play. Time out of the field with 6:51 left in the first half, 42-18. The Kingston Cardinals over the All Saints Cougars, and we'll leave it right here during this break, Mike. And I'll tell you what, one thing you look at in this first half, and that Kingston offense is hitting on all cylinders.
They're playing really well for the first game of the season, Jeff, but you look at that lineup, and they got some experience. You said in the pregame show they've got themselves a JV squad over there in Kingston, so you're getting some juniors and some seniors on the varsity that have a lot of experience, and you've got experience at the quarterback with Hunter James, and Caleb Goss is only a junior, but you know he was probably up on the varsity as a sophomore. Experience for that Kingston Cardinal team is really shining through right now here over the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
And when I look out in the thumb, Kingston and Deckerville, I believe, are the 2 top teams. The conference out there is really top heavy and bottom heavy. There's not a lot of early season middle feeders in that group. But you're looking at one of the top 2 teams in this part of the state.
Yeah, I think this with the experience that they have in Kingston and their size, and they got speed, they've got size, they got a great leader in their quarterback, Jeff. They're very good. But again, All Saints has got some very good players, Jeff. They've done some nice things. They just have not been able to take care of that Cardinal offense at critical times.
Super Toe tries to fake one there as He probably said, Coach, I need to onside this. My big toes inflamed from kicking it so much in the first half. Can I try an onside?
You know what? Nice job by number 50 for the Jaden Labine, Jeff. He was going back to get into position to return the football, but then he saw the onside kick, came back, didn't try to pick it up, jumped on it. Good field position for the Cardinals.
They had seen
Cougars.
that tendency early in the game, and that play came from upstairs and said, hey, this side they're bailing early. Let's see if we can get one. And the Cougars absolutely covered that perfectly and have superb field position just over their own 48-yard line. Still 6:50 left in this first half, an eternity of football. As Dixon gets that ball on the outside. Nice catch by Dukelan, but I'm going to tell you what, perfectly timed defense by Aaron Kohler. If that ball hung up in the air another split second, that had pick 6 written on it.
And if he wouldn't have grabbed onto his waistline right there, Jeff, Dukelan would have been gone. So nice coming up, good tackle, loss on the play for the Cougars, 2nd down and about 13 for the Bay City All Saints Cougars at their own 45-yard line.
As the Cougars get into their offensive set. Number 6, Sam Bourne wide. And he's one to keep an eye on. Dukelan again, the ball carrier, and he picks up a couple of yards. He's hit right away by Gunnar Thompson, the sore big toe of Gunnar Thompson.
Big Toes had a nice football game tonight, Jeff. Gunner's all over the field playing that defensive end position. 3rd down and 11 for the Cougars. 5:45 and counting to go here in the first half.
Boy, I say the Sanborn matchup with number 33, Connor Henry's what you got to have your eyes on right now. As they'll back off here to the near side of the field, too, number 10, Matthew Judd, is going to have a whole lot of real estate available. And the All Saints Cougars look at that defense and go, I'm not certain the play we wanted to run was going to work. It's a big play in the first half, so we'll take another quick break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
My name is Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. Okay to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to Okay to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the Okay to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
Back here on Bay County TV is looks like Dukelan might be looking to get in the mix here at the quarterback position. And so we had talked to Coach Gust, and he said that he had plans to potentially use more than one. Down the field. What a pickoff that time by number 10, Hunter James. Stretches out, maintains possession of that ball as he hits the ground. What an unbelievable athletic play.
Man, he did a nice job coverage right there, Jeff, just cut in front of the receiver. And he was open for a split second, and Hunter James with a nice pickoff for the Kingston Cardinal. Again, coming away with great field position at their own 43-yard line.
He absolutely anticipated that toss, broke before the pass was even thrown, and stepped right in front of the receiver. That is textbook defense. Now they have an opportunity with an eternity left on the scoreboard. 5:18 left in the first half. He just got the pick off, and they give that ball to the bowling ball, and he bangs forward for 11 yards. Penalty flag down at the end of the play.
And then the tackle, number 44, McDonald.
About the only thing we could see here is a face mask.
Yep.
Because there was no other offensive players for Kingston in the area. Face mask, 5-yard variety. So fortunate that the hand gets there and gets off quickly.
Just grazed have crossed it. A nice run by, again, number 30, Caleb Goss, the junior. Oh, I'd say he's about 225, 230, wouldn't you, Jeff?
I would say he's all of 220.
Woo. Big man.
And about 5'7". So he gets the ball again, and look at him. He just barrels forward for another 8 yards.
Tackle.
And that's the way you got to tackle that young man.
You got to hit him low, because you hit him high, he's going to run right over you. Nice tackle by number 2, Oliver Dixon, coming up from his defensive back position.
There's nothing better to slow down a bowling ball that than to put a helmet on your shin. And you do that a couple of times, and I'll tell you what, that'll change the stride just a wee.
He'll remember. That was a nice tackle by that young man.
That's how you slow down those big, thick running backs like that. Hunter's not in the ball game right now. The quarterback, though, still is. James, he's back to pass. Has a nice, safe little floater over here on the near side of the field to number 22, Lane Torrey. And he gets out of bounds at the 23-yard line. I'm going to tell you, another great touch pass that time by the quarterback, Hunter James.
Again, nice tackle by number 70, Grant Garinger, the 240-pound junior, Jeff. 6'3", came a long ways, rode the ball carrier out of bounds, and did a nice job. He's had a really, really nice first half for the Cougars.
Up to the line of scrimmage again. Wide receiver split to both sides. Right up the middle goes the quarterback again for another huge chunk of real estate and another first down as Hunter James faked the handoff. The Mike linebacker went with the fake, and the middle was wide open.
Well, and a good vision, too, Jeff. He's faking that handoff, and he's keeping his head up, and he looks up and sees a nice hole there. And let's give some love to that big offensive line for Kingston. They've had some nice holes for their runners tonight.
And the quarterback, Hunter James, comes over to the sidelines. Hey, that's the beauty when you're that close to your sideline. You know, you can walk over and see Coach, and you don't have that long 20 or 25-yard run to the sidelines and back. Yes, can see it all. Hunter James with the handoff to number 22. Look at again as he breaks through inside the 5-yard line. Lane Torrey with another great run, and they're sniffing the goal line again.
Well, and then on the tackle again, number 44, Daniel McDonald, Jeff. 3:30 and counting to go here in the first half. And it's Kingston Cardinals sniffing at the goal line of the Cougars.
It's first and goal from about the 2-yard line as they are looking to add to their 42-18 lead. Still got 3:20 left in our first half. As the quarterback, Hunter James, hands that ball off to the choo-choo train himself, number 30, Caleb Goss, into the end zone. A Kingston Cardinal touchdown. 48-18 here with still 3:14 left in the first half. And this Kingston Cardinal offense has not been stopped once in the first half.
Really, really, really good tonight, Jeff. And no mistakes by the Cardinals. James doing a nice job. Good play calling by the coaching staff. They look very impressive here for game number 1.
The half-century mark could be hit here with a 2-point conversion. We'll find out now what they do.
Here's a little offsides. Who's that? Didn't see it.
We'll find out if the offense made a move. I think they may have, so we're going to have a dead ball, legal procedure on the offense. We'll back it up to the 8-yard line, and they'll have to replay.
You got to go when they go.
Yep. Timing of that play just really didn't look like it was in sync.
Yep.
For their 2-point conversion.
Now you'll be able to see a tad bit more pressure now by the Cougar defense. See if they can thwart this 2-point conversion.
You're getting into the Webster a little early this year.
Well, you know, you always got to look at the thesaurus here every now and then.
You've been thinking about them for a while, so you wrote them down, too.
All right, we're going to have the third time out of the first half by the Kingston Cardinals. And we'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program Sign up for our free seminar.
Back for the two-point conversion. Quick pass to the outside, cuts back against the grain, broke a couple of tackles, but didn't break the big one. The two-point conversion is no good. Time out of the field with 3:14 left in the first half. 48-18. The All Saints Cougars find themselves down a 30 spot here, Mike, in the first half. And for the All Saints Cougar faithful, they've seen a couple of big plays, which you expect, but they have got to get some consistency offensively, but the defense needs some stops, and against this team, that is going to be really hard to do.
They've done some nice things on the offense. Jeff had some opportunities on defense, just did not take advantage of them. Overall, they're playing pretty well, but they got a tough tonight with the Kingston Cardinals. Hunter James, Aaron Kohler, Caleb Goss, and the crew. Gunnar Thompson on the defensive end of the defensive side of the football. Just kind of really a nice balanced team are the Kingston Cardinals.
Well, and when you look at this club, I'm almost going to guarantee you supremacy of the thumb is going to go a long way to determining the state champion in 8-man.
Well, and one thing you got to worry about, Jeff, is how healthy you're going to stay. It's early in the season. It's game one. You got 2.5, maybe 3 weeks of practice in. Well, you got to be lucky sometimes. You got to stay healthy, and when you stay healthy, good things happen. It's a good football team, but I like the way All Saints is doing some things too. They've done some nice things. I like Duclon. I like Dixon. I like number 70, Grant Geringer on defense. So they've got some talent also on the base of the All Saints Cougars.
Here comes Super Toe. Gunner kicks it right to Duclon. Ducalon's looking for a gap. He's trying to cut to the outside, makes a couple of people miss, back across the grain up to the 43-yard line before he's finally trapped around the ankles by number 1, Dakota Distarath.
Dakota's first time in the football game tonight, Jeff. 3:06 to go here in the first half on a absolutely picture-perfect night for high school football. Welcome to Bay County TV and the start of the 2018 high school football season.
Boy, it's been a long time coming, brother.
We waited a long time. You're absolutely right. Good to see all the coaches in the preseason preview.
As they were all fired up, too, man. They're chomping at the bit to look at some other colored jerseys than the same ones they see in practice.
Yeah, absolutely right. That gets old after a while.
Dixon's still the quarterback. They're going to barely get this up. They got to call a timeout to avert another delay game as, they run that up to the line of scrimmage quick, Mike, and then they decide whether that play is going to work or whether they'll recall that play. And sometimes by the time they signal that next play in and the word gets out to everybody, you're well within that last 10 seconds.
Well, they're talking to the coaches upstairs, see what kind of defense is going on, Jeff. And so they just call the timeout. It's a good timeout. Don't do anything silly. Make the change and get the play in, and let's run the play and play some football. Good timeout.
Yep, you got to make sure you're on the same page.
Correct.
With 3:06 left in the half, the last thing you want to do is make another mistake late in the first half and start the second half with a running clock. Here come the Cougars. Wideouts to both sides of the field. Dixon's going to take that ball around the outside and look at instantly. Number 30, Caleb Goss, gets there and just came from his linebacker position and filled.
Brought down by Goss and Kaler.
So Ducalon back into the ball game with 2:43 left. As the Cougars go with their offensive set once again, wide receiver split to both sides. Ducalon offset to the quarterback's left. All right, they get the word from the sideline, still not within the last 10 seconds. Our back judge just goes up with a hand, so the Cougars are plenty of time to make this play happen. They go back across this way, and that was an open seam.
Man.
If that ball is caught by number 10, Matthew Judd, it was perfectly blocked. The Red Sea parted. He had a lot of green grass, but he may have been peeking downfield before he watched that ball into his arms.
Like that play. That was a nice play call right there, Jeff. I think Greg Shapansky is calling the plays for the Cougars, offensive coordinator. Nice play right there. Just did not catch the football, but had a great opportunity right there. Nice blocking by the offensive line also.
Oh, man, they're going with some heavy-duty signals here. I'd love to see that. For them to be able to cipher all that. As they just get that thing off ahead of the officials' clock. And we are going to have a 4th down for the Cougars as the clock now rolls just inside 2 minutes. As the Cougars are probably in a situation where they should punt the ball. Kingston doesn't have any timeouts left. They'll probably only get the ball back deep in their own end with about a minute and a half left in the first half and have to go some 80-plus yards. Well, Cougars might be trying to make something happen here on 4th and 5. Twins split to both sides. And we're going to get a penalty, and if that penalty is against Kingston, then that's going to result in a first down. As they talk about it, as the choo-choo train comes by, it doesn't cruise down these tracks a whole lot, but it does make a nice thunderous sound when it goes. It shouldn't take this long for that call to transpire. They're going to wave the flag.
Oh, we're picking that flag up.
So we have an inadvertent flag.
Huh.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
So he must have seen.
You know, the All Saints players were even pointing at the Cardinals, Jeff. They said he was offsides. It looked like he was from up here. I don't know.
Hard for me to, as an official, even be able to surmise how somebody could overturn that call that wasn't on the line of scrimmage because they were only, the umpire and the head linesman were the only two talking.
Nice
As
run.
the quarterback, nice job by Oliver Dixon. He picks up the first down with $1:25 left in the first half. And the Cougars, with a fresh set of downs and a couple of timeouts left, still have an opportunity to get on the board here late in the first half.
Oliver with a nice run right there, Jeff. Kept his eyes down the field. You know, he kind of pump faked it a little bit, did a nice job, got the first down for the Cougars, and with $1:20 to go in the first half.
As the clock is rolling down to $1:15, Dixon's got to make this happen. Dukel on to the outside as they throw this ball down deep to Sanborn. It's a little bit underthrown, and it is picked off defensively.
Connor Henry.
Wow. Connor was in perfect position defensively. The ball was just a little bit underthrown. Sanborn couldn't come back to it.
Well, that was a tough interception. Even though it was good defense, Jeff, he really had to go out and stretch out to get that. Buck and 3 seconds to go here in the first half, 48-18. Cardinals will probably take a knee.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that they've got anything but all systems going.
They don't know
offense.
how to take a knee over in Kingston.
They are all systems go in the first half, and even if they try something basic, they just seem to be able to break big plays. We'll find out what they do now as they spread it out, and they go twins to both sides of the field. So the quarterback on a keeper. He cuts to the outside, and he's now back across the green, picking up the first down and more. Look at him. He's out in the open. He's at midfield. He's going to run away from the defense. The 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's a Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Wow. A broken play.
Yep. They had him.
He ends up taking over 90 yards.
Wow, 88 yards officially, Jeff, for number 10, Hunter James of the Kingston Cardinals. He has had a fantastic night, and he's very elusive, very slippery, and very tough to bring down.
Man, about every other person that I see coming back from the concession stand has a big old bag of those fries. And I'll tell you what, they all have a smile on their face.
But did that one have cheese on it?
No.
No? Plain?
That was El Ketchupo.
Oh, I love the El
Oh, yeah.
Ketchupo.
Yep, can't go wrong with either. Here's the try for the conversion. We got to get back. Oh, no. He actually showed that he's human.
He dropped the ball.
The 2-point conversion is no good. 54-18 with 45 ticks left in the first half. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doden and Mike Wasdella, along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras, Nick Page producing and directing our show, and this first half offensive explosion by the Kingston Cardinal. As you see, they brought in another kicker. I think that
Super toes a little sore.
Yeah, his big toes inflamed. As they'll bang forward up over the 20 to about the 22-yard line with 38 ticks left in our first half. And let's see if the Cougars got one last big play in their game book, but I got to believe there'll be some really soft defensive back play, keeping the Cougars in front of their defensive backs the entirety of this last 38 seconds.
It looks like they've got some new defensive players in there, Jeff. Defensive back number 10, Hunter James, is no longer in the ball game.
He's probably tired. He probably needs a blow.
He's tuckered. He's probably went over on that Hoekstra bus and taking a little napper.
Yep, give me about 15 minutes of shut-eye here. Recharge me for the second half. Handoff up the middle. And that is the ball carrier, Daniel McDonald. And that'll probably do it for the first half. Cougars get back up the line of scrimmage. That doesn't mean that they will be able to get a play off. Looks like they're just going to be content anyway just to get through this first half unless they can break one big. Donald back into the backfield. Split backs. Oh, man, they got the old super toe running around over there, Gunnar Thompson. And there's a deep downfield catch, and the ball is dropped with no time left in the first half. At the end of our first half, it's 54-18. The Kingston Cardinals over the Bay City All Saints Cougars. And we'll take a quick break, and we will come back with the halftime show here on Bay County TV.
Flying high, superhero. On my chest for Marilyn Monroe. Feel like a star. We got audio. Hello, good morning, how you doing? We did start today. Crawling up the ocean, this is evolution. Can I grow into another animal, the next level? I'm spreading wings and I just want to sing. In the future now, the past can't harm me. Forget about yesterday, Paul McCartney. I'm feeling like a Beatle on stage, and the whole wide world's gonna know my name. Today is a brand new day. Ain't no clouds hanging over me. Something doesn't feel the same. The rest of my life's gonna start today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The rest of my life gonna start today. Ladies and gentlemen, this part right here is very simple. It goes like this. I've been today.
Welcome back to our halftime show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Stone and Mike Wisdala along with you. And Mike, it was the Hunter James first half show for Kingston.
Wow, that was impressive, Jeff. The Kingston Cardinals really have a nice, well-balanced football team. They got Hunter James at that quarterback, Caleb Goss at the running back, big offensive lineman. They can throw it, they can run it, they can do it all. And they're not too bad on special teams either.
Well, and their defense played pretty well, too. The Cougars had some big plays in the first half, but a couple of missed opportunities kept them from being a little closer in this ball game.
They're just not wrapping up, not finishing in those tackles, Jeff, and they take care of that. They're going to be a good football team, but they got to learn to contain a quarterback like Hunter James, keep him in the lanes, don't let him get outside, and don't give him the time to see the field. He's got great vision, and he's got a great arm, and he's got great receivers also.
Duquilon, awesome in the first half. Sanborn, awesome in the first half. A couple of drop passes, a couple of missed opportunities offensively, or they could be a little closer than they are right now.
You know, Cougars are still a young team. They've got some veteran players, but you're looking at some freshmen and some sophomores playing, Jeff, and some juniors. They've got some varsity experience, but they're still a young team. They're doing some nice things. I love Duquilon. He's got the wheels to run away from you. The Dixon, the quarterback, has done a nice job also. Geringer's had a really nice game defensively. They're a good football team. They just got to work a few things out. I think they're going to be really okay.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this young team adjusts to the halftime conversations and how they can handle themselves in the second half.
You know, at this point, you don't go in there. You just kind of work things out and say, you know, we got to tackle a little bit better, catch the ball a little bit better, stay in your lanes, don't let James get outside, and we'll do some nice things. Don't try to get it all back in the second half, but let's work on some things with this score the way it is.
One of the bad things if you're a Cougar is in the second half, there's really not a lot of opportunities to substitute when you're only bringing 18, 19 people to the field.
And don't forget, we're going to have a running clock here to start the second half. So but you know what? I like the way they're doing some things. They've done some nice things. They're going to work on some things, and I think they're going to be a good football team.
We'll be back for the second half. It'll take place in just a couple of minutes here on Bay County TV. Here we are back on Bay County TV. Time for the second half. Gunner's not out there. Gunner's got his toe on an ice bucket over on the sidelines. He's got an inflamed big toe.
Oh, my goodness.
As Sanborn is going to return the ball. And that is, as he went to cut up field, just the start of a little dew out on the field.
You took the words right. I was going to say this.
Great minds. Thinking alike.
You know, game one, mid-season form, thinking alike.
Doesn't get any better.
Scary. It's scary. But after 25 years of being together, I'm not surprised either.
It's like peaches and herb reunited.
Reunited.
And it feels so good.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Sanborn really saw a little crease and went to plant that inside foot to kick it upfield, and his foot just gave way, and that's a helpless feeling, boy, when you're the turf gets you. There's Dukelan waiting for the pass, and he can't get it. Oliver Dixon is going to run down the field, and he makes something out of nothing as he rolls and continues down the field for a gain on the play of. They're going to give him a gain of about 6 yards, I believe, out to the 36-yard line. And again, we're in a running clock situation in the second half, 10:45 and counting.
Dixon's got a little escapability right there, Jeff. I like the way that young man plays the football game also. He's got a nice speed. He's got a nice arm. And the Cougars are going to do okay. I like this football team at Bay City All Saints.
Yeah, that's right.
As they try and get that ball to the outside to Dukelan, and absolutely picture-perfect contain on the corner by number 13. Aaron Kohler was unblocked and just there to make sure that he pushed him back in. Once he got Dukelan to commit, he converged, he closed, and he finished.
Don't let that little water ball get outside, though, Jeff. But Cardinals stayed in their lanes. Don't let anybody get outside you. Take it back inside to where all the white jerseys are coming with the flow.
Third down, 9 yards to go after that loss of 5 on the play. From the sidelines, they've got plenty of time. Back judge is not even up with his hand yet. Just now going up. And here comes pressure from the backside, and he feels it just at enough time to throw it to Dukelan. Has that ball out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Boy, Dixon put that on a rope.
Boy, number 11, Brian Hobson, was coming from the backside defensive end, trying to catch up with Dixon. He couldn't do it, and Dukelan did a nice job running away from number 85, Levi Kreiderman. And there is no way on this earth that Levi Kreiderman can hang with Dukelan as far as speed's concerned. Nice route, good job by Dukelan.
Boy, if they were playing on a regular football field, Dukelan would still be running.
He'd be gone.
As they try and send that thing to the outside, pass down the field. Sanborn has got it. He's down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. He did a superb job of sealing the defender off, got between him and the defender, able to bring that ball in, and another big play for the Cougars.
Well, kind of slowed down a little bit, Jeff, so the defensive back couldn't get there and put his arm up there. Nice job, Dixon, with a nice pass and a good fake of the pitch to Dukelan. Got the defense flowing this way towards the near side. Dixon with a nice throw.
You freeze those linebackers for a little bit, too, and they don't get to their normal depth that they would like to on a pass play.
Only takes a skosh.
Only a good old skosh. Here comes Dukelan around the corner. Another great contained tackle that time. And I don't even have to look. I'm going to guess it's that Aaron Kohler again. He just made another outstanding textbook defensive play.
The fundamentally sound are the Kingston Cardinals, Jeff. They do a nice job on the tackles, and they're a very veteran team. You can just see by the way they play. They've been in these games before. Nothing rattles them.
Ollie Dixon looking like he wants to go to the wide side of the field. Can't quite turn the corner. Look at the defensive pursuit, number 44, Colton Stadler, the first person to get out there and put a hand on him to knock him out of bounds.
Nice job by Dixon again, Jeff, getting out of bounds. Does not stop the clock, as we do have the running clock. 3rd down and 5 for the Cougars. Ball's on the Cardinal 14-yard line. No doubt we're in 4-down territory here for the Cougars.
Split backs in the backfield. Wide receiver to the wide side. They give that ball to the big fella up front, and that is Nick Contes. And he is down.
He's got it.
Yep, he is going to be down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and he's going to have the first down. They got him all the way down to the 7.
Wow, nice job by Conta. Second, third, fourth, and fifth efforts to get that first down, Jeff, inside the 10-yard line. Ball's going to be on the 8. First and goal to go for the Bay City All Saints Cougars. Nice way to come out and start the second half.
That tells you that they had a nice chat, made some adjustments at the half. Oliver Dixon trying to come up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets down to the 5, and is brought down defensively on the play by 44, Colton Stadler.
Keeper brought down by Colton Stadler.
Well, that running clock sure made this third quarter go, didn't it? Holy smokes.
Well, this is one of the longest first halves that we've had in recent history, though, Mike, so... certainly, if it was a school night for the kids, Mama would be taking Junior and his little sissy off to the Betty Bye.
Next week. Well, they play on Thursday next week. Again, we're going to be here, but there's no school on Friday. And we go back to after Labor Day, go for 4 days, then we start it all up again.
Second and goal on the 5. Dixon's looking for that crossing route. Great defense again. Had that pass play and sealed off the receiver so that he couldn't get to the football. Almost a good defensive play by the offensive wide receiver for the Cougars.
Quarterback or linebackers are taught to do one thing, Jeff. Look in the backfield and read the quarterback's eyes. That's when you see quarterbacks, they look to the right to get that linebacker to the floater right, then throw back to the left, and you've got that little bit of a space to put that ball in there.
You only need to get them to move a step or two to open up that window.
Not much. Just got to lead them over there. Lead them over there.
Third down and goal from the 5. I think they might do a quick pitch to Dukelon here and see if they can get him around the corner. Dixon sends that pass out. It's complete to Sanborn. It's an All Saints Cougar touchdown. Nice, very nice drive by the All Saints Cougars to start this second half. Means they went in and had a purposeful conversation at halftime and made stuff happen.
Yeah, that was a nice play right there, Jeff, for
Because the one time I stopped and talked.
As we've got some tech difficulties, we'll make it work here. As we are down here to the 2-point conversion. Oh, the Cougars are going to see if they can't do a little extra point kick here, a little something different.
Well, the goal is always put it in that guy's backyard over there, Jeff.
The trees are getting too big now. Should have been done in your era. Extra point is up, and it just trickles over the goalpost. Time out of the field with 4:53 left in the first half. 54-25. Kingston over the Cougars. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients. With the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Welcome back here on Bay County TV. Jeff Dodd and Mike Wisdala along with you. The Cougars with a high short kick. Tried to get it between the second and third level of defender. But Adam Kohler gets that and has a nice return out over the 40-yard line to the 43-yard line. Like that, Kohler was very good about backtracking. Otherwise, that hits a no-man's land, and you have a chance to recover it.
Yeah, did a nice job. Again, wonderful field position for the Kingston Cardinals, Jeff. 4:45 to go in the third quarter. The only time they had bad field position was about one time they started on their own 20 because the kickoff went into the end zone. Other than that, they've been out by the 35, 40, 45-yard line.
Well, except when number 10, Hunter James, went 88 yards late in the first half, too.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, you're right. The 35, 40-yard line have routinely been their starting field position, and that sure makes your offense a little easier to operate. There is another carry by number 13, Aaron Kohler, and he picks up a dirty dozen down to the 45-yard line before he's brought down by Daniel McDonald.
Yeah, and again, another runner, Jeff. Good runners, guys like Duquan and Kohler, they keep their head up. They got great vision. They got their head on the swivel, and they're finding the holes, and they're not very big holes, but they're getting through those holes because they have great vision.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, the big dogs up front for Kingston tonight deserve a whole lot of credit because they're not fooling anybody now. They're playing smash mouth football. Little miscommunication in the backfield, but Hunter James got swarmed under as the Cougar defense was after him, and that was Anthony Malis.
Yeah, nice job. Good penetration, Jeff, by the defensive line. And loss of 1 on the play for the Cardinals. Second down and, well, we'll call it a long 2. Second down and a long 12 for the Cardinals.
Things are happening for the Cougars now. They've made some nice adjustments at the half. And, right now, this is what they're building on for week 2.
Yep, you always say, we always ask coaches, we look for that week 1, week 2 improvement. That's where you see the biggest improvement. You get a chance to see your team against somebody else, Jeff, and you kind of know what you got to work on and what some of the things that you didn't do good in game 1. That's where you see that big improvement in game 2.
Cougars are doing a little bit more substituting in the second half, too, trying to keep fresher bodies on. And, great offensive first drive, and they've really shored some things up defensively. So, I say Coach Gust had a lot of positives out of that halftime conversation.
Yep. He went in there, made the proper adjustments, told the kids, let's take it one snap at a time. We're going to be fine.
Ball on the outside. Look at the running room for number 13, Aaron Kohler. And he puts that shoulder down and finishes for another 4 yards.
Yeah, Nate Dawson, number 2 for the Cardinals. Another senior for Kingston is the new quarterback. Back on the sidelines, number 10, Hunter James for the Kingston Cardinals. They've got some numbers over there so they can...
Looks like Nate Dawson. Is he the new quarterback?
Yes, he is. Number 2.
As he brings them up, little I-back formation.
Nice.
Look at the way that they absolutely collapsed on Kohler there on Goss.
59.
Getting up out of the box is James Dank, 6'4", 220 senior.
Ooh.
He filled.
How'd you like to have that grocery bill on a weekly basis?
Wow.
Huh?
I'm going to tell you what, when you talk about filling the lane and the gap, it was superbly done.
That was a nice job. Nice job by number 59, Danks.
And see, they're starting to get off their blocks a little better, too. Yep. So I see a lot of good stuff coming here from the Cougars so far in the second half. Second down and 9. To the outside with a little bit of running room again, and that is the number 22, Torrey, as he gets a gain on the play of just a couple of yards. Maybe 3, and he'll be third down and about 8, as one of the Cougars looks like they're down and maybe a little cramp going on. It's just a cramp.
It's only a cramp. They don't hurt. Those are one of the I know we say it a lot, but those are one of the most painful things you can ever get as an athlete. And when you grow older, they get even worse at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, when you go to roll over at 3 a.m. and Mr. Crampy hits you, you get out of bed with a fervor that you haven't had in years, unless you stick your big toe on the corner of the sheet trying to get up. Oh, Nelly.
That adds to that. And you got to hobble downstairs and try to get a salt pill.
Oh, man. That is something. That's when you get out of bed and you say, boy, that wasn't just a cramp.
I don't know if they were worse when we were 18 or when we're 58.
We didn't know any better at 18.
I'm telling you.
You get a little salt tap and you'd be right back after it. So they're stretching that out right now as Sean Sullivan gets out there on the field, and they're going to take a little time out. Looks like we'll take one as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever. It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you.
Malice.
As Malice comes off the field, and you could tell That thing is not cramping, but you know what?
Tighten
Almost worse than a cramp. It's right on the edge of going back into spaz.
Yep.
And that is not a good feeling. He'll come and he'll get a ton of hydration, but that thing is going to be taut for the next couple of days.
It will be very, very tight, and they'll have to work on that tonight when he gets home. Of course, Sean Sullivan will give him a few words of advice when he gets home tonight, and what to do and when to do it and how to do it, and they'll be back at practice tomorrow.
Boy, a tough 5 for the Cougar defense to give up, as now that brings it to a third and very makeable short 2-yard-to-go situation, and they're obviously in a 2-down territory to move those sticks. It'll officially be 3rd down and 1 yard to go, as number 2, Nate Dawson, brings the offense up to the line. Trying to go to the outside is number 22, Torrey. He gets down, sniffing the goal line. He is into the end zone. It's a Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Wow. I'll tell you what, they are just striking and striking. It doesn't matter who's back there. Boy, when you got an alley to go and you can run to daylight.
Man, Lane Torrey, another senior on that squad, Jeff. They throw a lot of seniors at you. There are a lot of kids that have played a lot, and he got around the edge, showed a little bit of speed, and dove in the end zone 60-25. The Kingston Cardinals over the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
Pending the try for the extra point. That is number 3, Jacob Savage, with his first carry of the night. The 2-point conversion is no good. Time onto the field with a $1.19 left in the third, 60-25. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care, from diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
Brother Gwiz, are we back in Escanaba?
Escanaba in the moonlight.
As we are seeing 1 day short of a full moon. And I believe we're within a couple of days of seeing Mars at the closest that it has been to the planet Earth in quite some time.
I didn't know you were that versed in watching the planets and the stars.
A little of this, that, and the other thing tries to keep us well-rounded in life. Cougars are going to be able to pick up that ball at their own 20-yard line up over the 30. Ball nearly swiped away, and they'll get it up to the 32-yard line back in a running clock situation here in the last $1:10 of our third quarter.
Nice job again by Duquan bringing it up, Jeff. Good field position for the Cougars. They're going to be about the 32, 33-yard line for All Saints. Running clock, 55 and counting to go here in the third quarter.
As they work on rotating that ball, one of the ball boys has a hydration specialist duties too, and he couldn't be in 2 places at once, and he was hydration specializing and forgot the ball.
When he should have been footballizing.
It's great to see those young people contributing. They're all wet too, so they've been playing some reindeer games with the water here. 1st and 10 for the All Saints Cougars, probably the last play of the third quarter. High backfield formation. They're going to do a little pitch pass out to Sanborn. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Into the end zone. It's an All Saints Cougar touchdown. Oh, my.
That was nice.
Pulling that
out. Going
Coach
deep in the
Gus
playbook. Coach Gus.
and the gang. Man, that was big.
That was nice. Duquan's got a nice little arm right there.
And, you know, just when that dumb announcer says it'll be the last play of the third quarter, he says, take that, Jeff Doan.
Well, let me tell you what, that's why you're sitting up here along with me, and Coach Gus is down there. There's a reason we're up here. We're not that smart.
So we're going to go here for the 2-point conversion with 3 ticks left.
52. Not up yet. I don't know who did it then.
That was Duquan to Sanborn for the touchdown.
See, he's saying no. He's saying Duquelan said no when they announced his name. He said no.
Then they fooled me.
Yeah, I thought it was Duquelan too.
That's what he said.
Back across the grain, and the conversion is no good. Time out of the field with 3 ticks left in the third. It's 60-31. Oh, we do have a hanky coming from the umpire.
Yep. Looks like it's going to be a
Holding on the
holding.
offense.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a holding call.
We'll take a break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back here on Bay County TV, Brother Gwiz, can you let the world know of my error on the touchdown pass?
You had an error?
I did. I erred in numbers. I had that dyslexic 2 and the 5.
1 for 2018 is not too bad. We thought it was Tyler Duquelan. Tyler was down on the field and saying, no, it wasn't me that threw that pass. It was number 57, Nick Contes.
Nick threw a gem,
nice.
Indeed.
It
So
was nice. It was a great call.
Returned by Savage.
Hello.
And Savage is savagely knocked down. Duquelan says, I might not have had the touchdown pass, but I had a big factor in the next play. That's the end of our third quarter of play. At the end of 3, 60-31. The Kingston Cardinals on top over the All Saints Cougars. Back in a moment for the final 12 on Bay County TV.
31.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Here we are back and ready for the final 12 minutes of the ball game. And how about those new graphics this year that we've been able to add to the broadcast?
They've added a little bit more to my job up here, Jeff, but it's going pretty smooth so far.
Coming down the field, and that ball carrier was number 13, Aaron Kohler. Kohler picks up about 9 yards on the play. He's out to the 34-yard line. And they're going to continue rolling the clock. They're going to say that his forward progress was stopped. And on we go, and a big 50-50 tonight for the sides of the crowd. And, you know, I bought $10 worth of tickets. Had I bought $20 worth of tickets, we'd have won. We were that close.
Oh, were we? Well, next time.
Yep, we'll have to remember
next
that.
Next week.
Kohler, the ball carrier, he breaks another tackle. And he gets down to the 44-yard line. And they are going to stop the clock as they got out of bounds. We're off the running clock. I believe that they have got him inbound, so I think they're going to restart the clock as soon as the chains are moved.
Yep.
And we're at the 11-minute mark of our fourth quarter of play.
Fumble.
All Saints jumping on the ball at the 47-yard line off that loose piece of change. And that was number 30. That's Caleb Goss. I don't know that he ever really had a good handle on that ball from the exchange.
Gentlemen's having a good game tonight. Mr. James Danks on that fumble recovery for the Bay City All Saints Cougars, Jeff. Great field position at the 46, 47-yard line of Kingston. 10:55. Not a running clock anymore. Big opportunity right here for the Cougars.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that's a defensive lineman and linebacker's dream when you see
burped up
that thing on the ground and you have an opportunity to pounce on it. It doesn't happen too often.
No.
You got to really enjoy it. Cougars with 10:55 left in the ball game with an opportunity to dent this deficit. And get that ball downfield. It's a little bit underthrown. And the ball is intercepted by number 3, Jacob Savage. That ball just hung up in the air a little bit too long. The defense really was able to roam to the football.
I didn't see who the receiver was over here on the near side of the field, Jeff, but he was all by his lonesome. I'm not quite sure who that was. I wasn't sure if it was Sanborn, if it was somebody else, but there was a Cougar receiver over here. He didn't have anybody within 20 yards of him. He would have just walked right into the end zone. Dixon, under pressure, just didn't see him.
Well, when you roll to that far side of the field with pressure on, you really can't step into a transcontinental toss from the far side hash to the near. That was always on the last page of my playbook. Never got to utilize it much. Aired floating down the field and just running out of real estate was number 13, Aaron Kohler, who's found himself late in this ballgame carrying the mail a lot and doing a fine job.
Knocked out of bounds by number 20, Brett Baronic for the Bay City All Saints Cougars. Not before the Cardinals picked up another first down. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 44-yard line. 10:38 to go, Jeff.
Boy, when you look at that area on the sidelines between the refraining line and the sideline, boy, that is an official's dream when you've got that much room to roam on the sideline where you've only got a couple of coaches to worry about. There's another big gain by number 22, Lane Torrey, as he bangs down his mosquito controls heading down the back 40. Trying to make a little appearance on Bay County TV, letting you know your tax dollars are hard at work.
It's the Bay County Mosquito Control. There they are.
Oh, he's turning around and going to come back for more. Nice job on the camera, guys.
Beautiful.
And look at the bugs and mosquitoes running from it, too. Those bugs are smarter than you get.
They don't want anything to do with that mosquito control. They're just freaking out.
I'm out of here. 1st and 10 for Kingston. Handoff right up the middle to Savage. He bangs forward, and Geringer gets him and 5 yards down the field and holds on for dear life while the rest of the company comes to visit.
Only on Bay County TV.
Yes,
Good camera work, too.
Yes.
Who's up there? Is that Nick or was that Jared?
I think that was J-Rod up top.
Was it
Nick's
Nick?
on top. Jared's outside.
Well,
all right.
Nick works for the county, so he probably knows those guys. Get a little love to the mosquito control.
I tell you, this is a multifaceted television channel. 2nd down, 4 yards to go for Kingston here. 9:35 and counting left in the ball game. I-backfield formation. And that handoff goes on the outside. Breaking a couple of tackles. Pulling forward for the first down is Lane Torrey once again. Breaking a couple of arm tackles. And Dukelon with a finish.
And on the hit, also James Danks, but another first down for the Cardinals. Jeff stops the clock. Looks like he went out of bounds. 9:23 to go in the ball game. Now they're going to start it back up, and we're counting it down. 60-31, Cardinals with the lead.
Geringer comes off the field. Boy,
He's
gets
had a nice game.
Little bit of a blow after really putting forth a great effort tonight for the Cougars.
That young man's going to be very, very tired come tomorrow morning.
There's Kohler again. He cuts back across the grade, breaks a couple tackles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's another Kingston Cardinal touchdown. Wow. That doesn't matter who they've got in the game. They just continue to put up the numbers offensively.
Boy, Kohler's had a nice second half, Jeff.
Yeah, he's got over 100 yards rushing in the second half, I believe. Oh, they're going to try an extra point now.
Yep.
They said, the Cougars, anything you can do, I'm going to try and do it better. Well, they can't do it any better because the Cougars made their extra point attempt.
Remember a gentleman by the name of Mike Panizak? He used to kick for Bay City All Saints.
Yes.
Oh, my. He would put it over on the 26th Street. He could kick it so far.
Extra point is up and no good. It's wide to the right. Time it on the field with 8:55 left in the ball game. 66-31. The Kingston Cardinals over the All Saints Cougars. Take a break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. Jared Doan and Nick Page on the camera. Natalie Doan is in here doing a little.
She is really directing you tonight, brother.
Well, she's trying, but we got everything straightened back out here. There's a nice kick. Sanborn is going to take it back at his own 20. Back across the green. Can he get to the outside? He only had one man to beat to the outside, but that contained person was Nate Dawson, and he was not going to give up the outside.
Nice job by Nate, and also in on the tackle number 11, Brian Hobson for the Kingston Cardinals. Back to the running clock, Jeff, 66-31. I had the under. I was going under at 96.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, man, you were close with that. But
I was going under.
You know, fortunately, since I got my new job, I got Fridays off, so I don't have to worry about getting up for work in the morning.
How about that?
And the rest of you,
the rich get richer.
Yep. You know, it's just a thing of beauty, that new Monday to Thursday job. After 40 years at Covenant, we switch gears. Cougars on offense, 8 minutes left. Dixon back, and he has got people all over him. He tries to split the defenders, but there are just too many white jerseys there for him to get away from. That's number 11 with the tackle, Brian Hobson.
Also in number 55, Randy Chrisman for the Cardinals.
You know, they've even, with their substitutes, they've got some quality people. But, you know, when you've got 19 or 20 kids on your roster, your first team defense can't be your first team offense. So these people are playing in spots on the other side of the ball from really talented kids, and you have no choice but to get better. Oh, here comes more fries, Mike. The world's greatest French fries. They're coming up the stands again. We ate nothing short of 5 orders of French fries tonight, and we still want more.
Yes, we do.
That's how good these fries are.
It's like Lay's. Can't eat just one.
Can't eat just one batch. Down the field, and nobody could locate the ball quick enough to adjust to it. And the incomplete pass with a running clock situation will keep it rolling with 6:50 left in the ball game. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 11 yards to go.
Nice job by the referees letting everybody know to keep that thing going. That clock crew down the other end of the press box has done a fantastic job tonight, too.
That whole crew down there. You know, that's just veteran.
Yeah.
Veteran work.
This has been impressive.
I'm taking notes down here, so when I grow up, I might want to be just like Dr. Schwedler and the gang. 3rd down and a long 11. Trying to roll. It looked like Dixon did finally get that ball handed off and absolutely swarmed by the defense.
Contest was a ball carrier, Jeff.
Boy, there's just seems like there's more than 8 white jerseys that sometimes out there.
Really flow the ball really well, Jeff. They got nose for the football. They're always around the and that time just Nick had no place else to go.
Looks like the Cougars will be attempting what I believe.
I think so.
Is their first punt of the night.
I think so.
For either team.
Second punt of the night.
A 40-yard kick. Yep, from the to the 44-yard line.
That Bauer dude, he gets paid the big money.
He's not just another pretty face up here in the booth. There's a loose piece of change. 2 people fight for it. It's going to be Cougar football. They're going to have dual possession, but the Cougars got it first. This is going to be interesting.
I think the Cougars got this one, Jeff.
Well.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, good call.
Yep.
Good call. Number 45 for the Cougars, Anthony Malice with a huge fumble recovery. You know what? There's a great opportunity right there. Kick the football. They're not used to it, so let's see what happens.
Well, and the person that wants it back is Jacob Savage. He tried to make a shoestring catch on the fly, and that's just something you got to realize that's a hot potato, and you got to get away from it.
We've seen a lot of hot potatoes tonight.
Whew. Got to watch out for the hot taters. 1st and 10 for the All Saints Cougars. It looks like Dixon's still at the quarterback position. Sanborn to the near side of the field. Here's pressure in a hurry, and the ball just thrown to the flats to number 45, Malice. And he, after making a big play, just couldn't reel that one in.
Just took a little bit of a peek, Jeff. He wanted to look upfield before he caught the ball, and another tough drop for the Cougars. keeps the clock running. 2nd down and 10 for Bay City All Saints.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark left in the ball game, 66-31, the Kingston Cardinals just offensively in the first half could not be stopped and worked their way up to a big lead in this ball game. Cougars trying to get their way back. Duquelan out, and he's going to run that little transcontinental route. Time to get that ball downfield. He's making an adjustment on the football, and it is down to the ground and incomplete. Yes, boy, that thing drew a crowd. It was by the time it got down there.
Sanborn, Duquelan, number 33 was over there. Connor Henry, number 13, that was Aaron Kohler. They were having a little talk, a little party in the end zone, but incomplete pass does not stop the clock, Jeff. 3:20 and counting to go here in the football game.
Little soiree at the goal line.
I always like a little soiree at the goal line.
As it goes back to the line of scrimmage. Next play will take under the 3-minute mark here in the ball game as the All Saints Cougars trying to finish this one in style, and I think much improved in the second half.
Yeah, there was a much better second half. They looked very, very good, did the All Saints Cougars.
Cougars running trips now to the wide side of the field. Oh, we got the old yellow hanky coming from the back judge tonight.
Well, those boys get home tonight, Mama's going to say, what was going on in that football game?
If you keep throwing the hanky this much all year long, I'm going to have to get a second tied stick. I'm normally a one-tied stick a year mama. So the 5-yard penalty, we've got time out of the field. We'll take a break and be back for the last 2:45 in a moment on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. After a little stoppage of play and a timeout, the Cougars with trips to the right side of the field. Dixon is going to have time to throw that thing back across the grain. Look at Sanford goes up with a big hands, goes back, pulls that ball in, tucks it away, and is tackled by number 13, Aaron Kohler. And Kohler's got to be frustrated on that play because he did everything possible on the defensive side to prevent that. Just a great offensive play.
Yeah, nice pass. Sanborn went up and got it. Jeff just kind of took it away from Kohler, but that play's been there a couple times, so that was been one of the very positive plays for the All Saints Cougars, and Sanborn's doing a nice job tonight.
And I love it. Back across the grain, Duquelan to the outside. He's got the quarter. He's down inside the 10, down to the 5, tickle in the end zone. He's in. It's an All Saints Cougar
touchdown. That was a little early. I'm trying to do the computer and say touchdown. I can't do it.
Asking, brother. The All Saints Cougars with another answer in this ball game. Cougars have won the second half.
Yeah, they really have. And you know what? I like the way they're playing. They went in, made those adjustments, and the kids are following those adjustments. They had a really, really nice second half.
Going for the 2-point conversion. And look back right now. Duquelan to the left of Oliver Dixon. Sanborn to the near side of the field. On the far side of the field looks like Judd. They'll eventually get this play off. Dixon sends that across the middle. Very nice defense that time by number 13, Aaron Kohler. The attempt for the 2 points is no good. 66-37 with $1.56 left in the game. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
My name is Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. OK to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to OK to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the OK to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
Back here on Bay County TV as we watch the All Saints Cougars back out on the field to kick the football, and a much improved team in the second half, Mike. Really impressed with the halftime talk and the encouragement and the adjustments that were able to be made.
Done some nice things in the second half, Jeff, running the football, passing the football. Defense is a little bit better. And again, they'll watch the tape. They'll talk about it tomorrow in practice. And the good news is we'll be back again next week, Bay County TV, here, right back here at Bay City All Saints. And the Cougars will be hosting the Peck Pirates. I made the Pirates come in, and always a good quality football team, good athletes over there at Peck. Looking forward to it.
A little onside kick, and that did not take the right kind of hop for the Cougars. And that ball is down at about the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Peck Pirates. Excuse me, for the Kingston Cardinals. We talk Peck Pirates, and we're already jumping ahead to next week.
I don't think the press box staff wants us back that early. They want us back.
We're going to hang out for the week.
They say they want us back. We've talked to them. But
well,
I'm
to
not
our face they tell us that.
Absolutely.
Oh, we always love it over here at Cougar Land. It is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Kingston Cardinals as we try and get through the last $1.56 of this ball game. As the Cougars line up defensively with a 4-man front. They are really stuffing things. Now they're going to go with the 3-4.
Almost a fumble. As
that exchange was a little bit of a problem. Banging forward for the first down yardage.
That's foul running back number 3, Jacob Savage. Jeff?
Yep, as he gets that 10 yards.
10 yards.
He got it.
Yeah, give him a first down.
He got 10 in the length of a football, so they're going to move the sticks.
You know, you look at some games coming up, Jeff. We got Penny, the Pinconning Spartans and the St. Louis Sharks. Garber and Millington. Big one, Bay City Central is going to go over to John Glenn and play. Then the next week we're going to be at Bay City Westerns for the Bobcats and the Warriors. Penny and St. Charles, Garber and Shepherd. And that last game of the year, the old rivalry between Bay City Central and Bay City Western.
What a great season.
Great schedule. Great schedule.
Buck 19 left, and look at the quarterback keeper here, and he's going down the sidelines with a whole lot of room to roam. He's down to the 10-yard line, and he's going to get to the 7 before he is stopped. And it will be finally brought down by Oliver Dixon down inside the 10-yard line.
But not until he gets inside the 10-yard line.
I predict they're going to take a knee, Mike.
I think so.
I don't think they need or want to put another score on the board.
No, no reason to.
Nope, you go victory with 2 plays, and the game's done.
Yep. I would agree with you 100%.
Well, let's find out if we're on board with Brandon Jones over there, the head coach.
We haven't been right since we've been sitting up here, so.
Well, and a lot of times when that happens, you will see that head linesman and the line judge move in. As I think they're going to run another play. And see, I just don't like to see that, Mike.
No.
He gets into the end zone. It is a Kingston Cardinal touchdown. No reason to play that last score out.
Nope.
You just take a knee and you come out of here with everybody healthy. And see, now you hope it doesn't happen, but if something would happen in the last 35 seconds where somebody gets hurt, it's senseless.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
I'm going to tell you, Coach, though, those are the kind of plays that a coach on the opposing team will have a long memory and remember that and pay them back at some point.
We do.
As the 2-point conversion is good, as it's run in by number 3, Savage. So we have time out on the field with 35 ticks left in the game, 74-37. Back in a moment for the final 35 ticks on Bay County TV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Back here on Bay County TV for the last 35 ticks of the ball game. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. And, he's pulled his toe back out of the ice.
Oh, the big fella.
Yes.
Gunnar Thompson.
Gunnar says, Coach, put me in. My toe's back down to normal size. I can thump it again. And they're going to give that to Sanborn down at his own 17-yard line. Trying to get to the outside, and look at that. 4 white jerseys around the football. And with 25 seconds left in the ball game, the Cougars are going to take a timeout. And there's only one reason why they would take that timeout. And they're probably trying to prove a minor point right now. Probably not going to be remembered now, but again, as we talk going into the break, coaches have long mindsets and memories.
We have, we can't remember a lot, but we can remember scores and things that happened. I can't remember what I had for lunch today, but I can go back and remember some high school days and my coaching days.
Can you about imagine in 30 years ago, I remember back in 2018.
I put my teeth in first.
We paid him back 30 years later.
When we're sitting at the old retirement sports announcers home. Hey, Quiz.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Wheel on over here and let's chat for a minute.
Remember when we sat with them up at All Saints?
1st and 10
Can I have
for
some
the Cougars as we're going to blast through the last 23 ticks of this ball game. And I believe this is probably going to be the last play of the ball game because we're back in a running clock situation. $1 French fries? I heard it. I don't hear much, but when I hear them say $1 French fries, as the play that they tried to do was fumbled back.
I'll be back.
Back in time for the post-game show. Boy, that's our parental and marital selective hearing.
That's 50% off. That's a heck of a deal.
Oh, look at that. There they are. And there is the maestro chef himself. That's 2 seconds, 1 and 0. That's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score of the ball game with French fries floating in our minds. It's 74-37. The Kingston Cardinals over the All Saints Cougars. We'll be back in a moment to put the wraps on this one. Back for the post game show. We got French fries. You know what?
There's
no place we'd rather be with French fries. So Nick says, don't start it. No, this is all part of the post-game show and the wonderful French fries here at St. Stan's. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. A ball game where the Cougars really had problems in the first half. Kingston couldn't do anything wrong. I really loved the halftime adjustment so that the Cougars made, and they played a very spirited second half.
Yeah, they were like a different team in the second half, Jeff. They did a lot of nice things. They ran the ball well. They passed the ball well. Defensively, they kicked it up a notch. They did some really nice things, put some points on the board, and really improved from that first half, and really something to build on going into next week when we come over and watch them play the Peck Pirates. I'm really looking forward to see that game number 2 with the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
And I really have to admire Coach Gust and the staff. When they went in at halftime, I have no idea how spirited the conversation was, but I'm sure the theme was let's just go out and win the second half. And I really think that their level of play in the second half showed that.
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason at this point in the season to go in there and have a real spirited conversation. They did some nice things in the first half, Jeff, and they made the right adjustments that come out in the second half. They ran the ball. They passed the ball. Defensively, I think was the key. They actually did a better job tackling in the second half, and that's why they were so successful. So as good as your defense are, that's going to help your offense. So I really liked what they did in the second half, and I'm going to be really interested, like I said earlier, what's going to happen next week when the Peck Pirates come to town.
A lot of what happens next week will transpire after that second day sores that you always have from the first game.
Yeah, they'll come to practice tomorrow. They're not going to practice too hard. It's a Thursday night game. It was a little bit hot, a little bit humid. They may go in shoulder pads and shorts and helmets and stuff like that. But it's going to be a long week, for the preparation for Peck. So they'll look at the video and they'll work on some things. I think the one big thing that I saw that they really need to work on is their tackling and staying in their lanes and wrapping up and finishing. If they take care of that, this is going to be a good football team.
Well, and they've got some weapons offensively, and I really think that this team is only going to continue to get better as the year goes on.
Duquan is tough. He's a water bug. He's hard to see. He's got some speed. Once he gets around it, he's got another gear. I like Sanborn. I like Dixon. Geringer had a really nice game for the Cougars. Overall, I thought they played very well. Work on a few things, and I think they're going to be all right. They're going to be a team to be tough down the stretch. Week one for them's in the book, so it's just get better as the games go on.
In coming back, very seldom do we get an opportunity to see the same team 2 weeks in a row, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited about seeing what happens next week.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm looking forward to that improvement, the adjustments from the first game, and I know they're going to come out and do a lot better job tackling. They're going to work on that this week in practice, and Coach Gus will have a good game plan ready for them. It looks like they all came out healthy. We had a little cramp. Malice had that cramp right there. Other than that, I think they came out healthy. They'll be ready for the Pac Pirates. It's going to be a good football game.
Well, take nothing away from the effort that Kingston had tonight. They are going to be a team that is reckoned with in the postseason if they stay healthy.
Yeah, and they're a veteran squad. You could just see by the way they played. James was such a good quarterback. Goss was a good running back. Kohler played very well. That's a veteran team that played very well tonight. They've been here before. That's why they played so well. But, All Saints gave them everything they could handle in the second half.
Well, week one is in the books. We'll look forward to coming back and seeing the progress next week. On behalf of the whole crew, I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala. Oh, yeah, bring those fries back up. Cameramen Jared and Natalie Doan, directed and produced by Nick Page. Have a great night, one and all.
We'll see you next week.